What's up, guys? What's going on? Frank Daniels here. Today I'm going to talk about the core basics of any phenomenal program out there. And if you're not mastering these core basics, you are fucking up. So I want to show you exactly how you can look at this and make sure you got these basics in there, and then you can venture out and kind of do some different stuff. But you got to master this first. Before I go into this, I got a free report. It's called 7 Steps to Shredded. If you're interested in getting shredded, you can head down below, click the first link in the description. At the end of this video, you'll see a pop-up. Let's talk core principles, core exercises that really maximize your performance in the gym. You can't miss this stuff. And the example I always like to use is basketball and LeBron James, right? Everybody wants to do the fancy stuff, right? You want to switch stuff up. You want to make sure you have the new exercise and this different thing. It's got to be different, and it's got to be entertaining and fancy. And I'll tell you right now that there is no fucking different thing. There's no fucking different thing. There's nothing new about exercise and fitness and the stuff that really works. When Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing it, that was the shit that works. And anyone that's doing anything that works right now, it's the same shit. The human body has been doing the same goddamn thing for hundreds and thousands of years. There's not new movements. It does a particular fucking thing, and if you do it well and master it, good shit is gonna happen. And the example I like to use is basketball. LeBron James, right? LeBron, man, you're probably pretty goddamn good at shooting a free throw at this particular point. You know, best player in the world. You're probably good at shooting a free throw and hitting a free throw. You're probably great at shooting three-pointers and hitting layups and stuff. You know what? Let's not practice that stuff, LeBron. Let's not do the stuff that made you the MVP that you are today. Let's do something different. Let's come in the gym and let's instead of free throws, we're gonna throw the ball against the wall a couple hundred times. Let's just get good at that because it's different, it's exciting, and it's not the same stuff that's made you successful to this point. Let's do some different shit, LeBron. No! LeBron James walks in the goddamn gym 30-something years later, the best basketball player in the world, and he keeps doing the stuff that works. The rebounding, okay? The focusing on his shooting, the little things that work and matter. That's what the basic principles are. Took a long time to get to that. Let's talk about it, all right? So basically what I have here is we divide the body into 4 quadrants, right? And those 4 quadrants are stuff that happens on the front of the upper body, which I have down here actually. Then we have stuff that we do that focuses towards the back of the upper body, right? So there's the top, there's stuff I do here, and then stuff that focuses back there. And then I have the lower body. I have stuff and exercise that focus more on the front side of the lower body, like in front of my pelvis. And then I have stuff that focuses on the back side of my lower body, right? Upper, lower. Here's the lower body. Here's the upper body. Stuff on the front, stuff on the back. There's 4 quadrants. Okay? And then there's this stuff that's in the middle, the core, right? The stuff that's connecting the upper body to the lower body, front to back, and that's the core. So you got to make sure that in your programs you have stuff, okay, the basics that come from these particular areas. So knee dominant stuff, and that's stuff that has very big knee bends, really have very big range of motion at the knees, right? So squats, lunges, step-ups. Again, nothing new, probably a lot of different ways to do them, but if you don't have these basics in your program, you're fucking up, right? So you want stuff that focuses on that. Then we have the hip dominant actions. We have knee dominant and we have hip dominant, focus on the lower body, back of the body. That's your deadlifts, your Romanian deadlifts, your glute bridges, your kettlebell swings, things that really get into the tissue, the hamstrings, the glutes, the back of the lower body. Again, these are normal movement patterns, just part of what the body does naturally in a lot of different actions, different movements, things that you want to master. So we lower body front, lower body back, right? You want to have this stuff in your programs, and you want to have balance to it. I'm going to balance this stuff to this stuff. And sometimes, depending on your posture, that changes, story for another day. You can decide on what you'll do more of based on what side of the body needs more work, which is typically the back side of the body as compared to the front. Again, story for another day, but this stuff should be in your program. How about your upper body stuff? You have your push-ups, which that's this, right? Well, how about a bench press? Well, that's this. It's the same shit. Same exact action, same motion. And that's why you break things down into these different movement patterns or different movement groups, quadrants of the body plus the core. You break that down because you want to make sure you balance the body out as you go. So that's your push-up, that's your bench press, that's your overhead press. I'm just pressing, I'm just moving stuff away from my body with the muscles towards the front side. Okay, so these are these are exercises that should be in your program. And then we have our pull dominant or upper body back stuff that focuses on the back side. That's your rows, that's your pull-ups, that's your Ys, Ts, and Ls. So exercises that focus on doing stuff like this. You'll see it on Swiss ball, you'll see it with resistance band. You need to be able to, pull towards the back of the body. Again, posture-wise, this is very important. This is not rocket science. They've been doing this for a long time, but this stuff should be in your program. And again, then we're focusing on the middle of the body, and that's your core and carries, being able to carry heavy objects, whether it's on one side of the body, whether it's on both sides, whether you're offsetting those things, offsetting loads, moving up top to bottom, whatever the hell it is, being able to maintain good posture and walk with a heavy object really helps to create a strong and rigid core structure in the middle to be able to connect these different sections and allow you to perform at a very high level, right? That's very important. And then things like planks. So front planks, side planks, back planks. Again, can I hold and maintain posture? Very good form, very good technique, and be able to master those things. In a lot of different ways, all this stuff, guys, all this stuff. There are a lot of different ways to progress, regress, to kind of slide to the side and change these things up. But at the end of the day, if the bulk of your program does not master and have involved these same exercises, rows, everybody knows a goddamn row. Been doing rows forever, but that's the move. It's not fucking changing. It's not changing. Squats, like we're doing squats and lunges forever. That shit just happens to fucking work. Like, why would we change it? There's no reason to do different stuff, right? You can make it different as you go, but if you've not mastered the basics, if you have not mastered the blocking and the tackling, for a football reference, if you've not mastered the free throw shooting and the rebounding as a basketball reference, if you don't master the basics and continue to go back to the basics, again, it's like telling LeBron James, like, LeBron, you know what? You're good at that stuff. You've mastered it. Don't worry about it. Just come in the gym and just do whatever you want today. You don't need to continue to build the stuff that got you here. LeBron, you're the fucking man. Don't worry about it, man. Don't sweat that stuff, right? It's like telling LeBron, forget about it. So a big point here is, guys, you want to break things down into these sections. Lower body, okay, knee stuff, big knee bends, lower body hip stuff, that's more hip action where I'm just hinging at the hips. Push dominant stuff, pressing, push-ups, pull dominant stuff, rows, pull-ups, core stuff, planking, being able to carry heavy objects and maintain form. You want to be able to master that stuff, and in your programming there should be a balance of these things throughout your training sessions. If it's one training session, well, you go one from each. That's your program. If you got a couple training sessions, now you can spread it out. If you're doing multiple training sessions per week, again, you spread it out, and now you can start layering in different elements of this stuff. But don't get it twisted, don't get it confused. The shit that always worked is still working today. It's not something new. There's no new approach to anything. Anytime they try to tell you something's new, it's not new. It's the same shit. The body's been doing the same thing forever. This is the stuff we're doing. Balance your program between these things, and excellent things are gonna happen to your performance and your body. That's what I'm talking about. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, share it with your friends, of course, and if you want that 7 steps to shredded, make sure you head down below, grab it here. I'm Frankie D, the coach. Leave me a comment, tell me what you want to see next.